Welcome. We'll start with that chest opener, either with 2 blocks supporting the upper back, or if you have a bolster, that would be another option as well. So we're going to do some movement. So you just come back like this. So we'll do some movement, warm the body, nothing too strenuous, of course. Just take your time, and if something feels like it's pushing your body too much and you're not quite ready for that this afternoon, then just back off. So we're making a plan right now, a little agreement with ourselves to work from the body that you have today, not the body that you had yesterday or the one that you want to have or envision yourself in the future having. And that way we're really honoring our essentiality of right now, what's happening right now. Setting yourself up, feel free to wiggle and shake, roll through the ankles and the wrists. Maybe even lift the tailbone, tuck the tailbone under, lift the hips so that you have a little bit more length along the low back. And the arms can come out to either side. Feel free to place the hands on the belly if you're feeling like you'd like a little bit more grounding, a little bit more connection to the breath right away. See if you can allow your shoulders to soften, open up across the collarbones. If it's available, looking left and right a couple of times. Rocking the head. And settling in. Allowing the soundscape to just travel through. Noticing different sounds that pop up. We'll take a moment to scan through the body. Feeling a connection to the low back and the soles of the feet, pressing down onto the ground. The elbows, backs of the hands, the head. Feeling the jaw soften away from the skull, tongue heavy in the mouth. And right away, we'll begin to cultivate a sensation of gratitude. Thankful for this time that we're able to take, even though there's quite a bit of physical separation. I've noticed that we've really started to cultivate a deeper civic integration. So just some gratitude for doing your part as a civic-minded individual, thinking about the greater good. And thanking those around you as well. Feeling this sensation of gratitude well up from the heart space. Start to pour out through the fingertips and the feet. Gratitude for the house surrounding you. Gratitude for nourishment. Gratitude for friendship. Gratitude for love. Gratitude for the earth that cares for us. Just watch the breath coming in and out of the body. Feeling the cool air through the nostrils. Inhale, exhale. Warm air exiting. As the body invites the atmosphere into itself and breathing out, rejoining the atmosphere. So even though there might be some distance physically, just knowing that we're all breathing the same air. And we can share that sensation of nourishment. sensation of connection. Take 3 or 4 more rounds of breath here. Chest lifting, stretching, exhale a little bit heavier. Opening up and receiving. One more round of breath. And on your exhale, just decide which way you're going to rock off. We're going to come off of the prop if you have a prop, or which way you want to come off to the side as we move to a seat. And then once you make a plan, go ahead and shift off of the props and press yourself up to a seat. Crossing the legs, and if you have your blocks, just place them off to the side. And once you're up, maybe moving the flesh away from the sits bones, we'll take a couple of nice big rotations through the shoulders. And then back and forward. Starting to feel that back side of the body, maybe a little bit more space. Then we're going to continue to wake up the lungs. Just take a little massage onto your right or left side waist. We're going to tick-tock back and forth. So you're giving the ribs a massage. You can work from the hips up. And then maybe the thumb even comes into the armpit. So if you're finding a place as you tick-tock back and forth that feels a little bit extra sticky and stuck, stay for an extra moment, massage that space. And it doesn't necessarily have to be with breath. We're just trying to give the side waist a little massage, making room for the lungs. We start to deepen the breath and create a little bit more awareness of the breath traveling through the body as we practice. And then we'll just switch sides. Tick tock, rock back and forth. Finding those spots that are maybe giving you a little bit extra feedback. Making your way maybe even into the armpit. And then back to center. We're going to inhale, sweep the arms up, allow the shoulders to travel up. Lift up through the chest and look up, and then exhale, interlace the fingers behind the back. If that's not accessible, you'll just take the hands to the low back, and we'll let the chin rock to the chest. A good stretch along the back side of the neck. Squeezing the armpits. Go ahead and bring that one fist off to your right or left side waist and peel the elbow forward, letting the opposite ear drop to the opposite shoulder. We're just going to stay here for another breath. And then switch. Getting a nice efficient neck opener. One more breath. Peeling that elbow forward. And then release the hands. We'll unlace the legs. Take the hands to either side of the side waist. Feet a little bit wider and just knock the knees left and right. Waking up the hips. Once more each side. Get a little massage for the low back, the hips. And then go ahead and plant the feet. We'll roll down onto our backs. And hug the right knee into the chest. Slide the left heel out. Keep hugging the right knee in, big inhale, and then exhale, curl up, nose up to the knee. Inhale, roll down. Exhale, curl up. Working the breath and movement together. Shoulders heavy. And if the knee isn't quite making it that far forward, you can hold on to the back of the thigh and keep going, rounding up and rolling down. We're gonna wake the core up. 3 more about. And then we'll just switch. Hug the left knee in, extend the right leg. And if you can keep going with that, rolling up and down, that's great. If you need a little pause, take a pause. And as you're exhaling, really draw the breath out of the body by lifting the navel towards the spine. Two more. Come on down to the upper back. We'll bring both legs to their tabletop position. Be moving left and right with the knees. So make sure you have enough space. And let both knees come off to one side. Just take a moment here and inhale and exhale. And then pressing the opposite shoulder down, lift the legs back to center, switch sides. Big inhale and exhale. And then we'll again work breath and movement center to one side. Inhale, center. Exhale, second side. Trying to keep the opposite shoulder blade in contact with the floor and mat. If the legs aren't quite making it all the way off to the side, that's okay. We're just trying to build a little bit more heat. Once more each side. And then we'll pause in the middle, hug both knees into the chest. And if you're like me, maybe you crawl down their mat a little bit. So we'll hold the right knee in, extend the left leg. Keep trying to draw that knee to the chest as you reach the arms above the head. So we're putting some of these things together. Big reach, exhale, come up, reach for the toes. Inhale, roll down. Exhale up, just doing 5. Inhale, roll down. Exhale up. 4. Last one, and then we'll switch sides. Left knee in. Reach out through those right toes. Arms above the head. Exhale, reach. Inhale down. Exhale up. Last one. And then both knees in the chest, maybe wanting to draw some circles on the low back in one direction and then the other. We're going to move up to our all fours. Once you get to your all fours, nice big grip with the fingertips. And we'll inhale, come forward to your cow and exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back, stretching out the abdomen. A little bit more dynamic as you travel forward and back, pressing the shoulders in front of the wrists, and then the hips back towards the heels slightly. One more linear cat-cow, and then start to make big circles. Reach forward with the chest, press back into the hips. One more rotation, switch directions. And you get into the joints in the shoulders and the knees. From here, we'll open up the feet, bring the inner thighs to touch, curl the toes under, and walk the hands back so that you're seated on tops of the heels. I like to do this during my practice, just so that we're getting some stretch in the feet when we get into downward facing dog. You can really start to press the feet down. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And then exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the chest. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, squeeze. Keep going. We're just going to do one long round. Navel lifted. Two more. Last one. Come on off of those feet. If you'd like to give the tops of the feet a knock, go right ahead. And then we'll step the right foot back. Shift your weight back and forth. Press into the top of the left foot, raise the right leg up. Bend the knee and draw big circles with the knee in one direction. Switch directions. And then we're going to kick that right leg out, tent the right fingertips, and step the right foot to the inside of the right hand. Pause for a moment here. And then pushing into the top of the left foot, inhale the arms up. Take a moment to tuck the tailbone back and forth. And then creating the 90-degree angles. You can look down to see that the hip is over the knee is over the ankle. And we'll interlace the fingers behind the back again. Slide the one fist down. If that's a little bit far, you could press back like that. Arms at cactus or the hands on the low back. As we might find a little bit of a back bend here, we're going to pause. 2 long, deep breaths. Only going back so far that you can find the long, deep breath. Squeezing those arms. Chin to chest. Fold forward, left hand plants, big twist, right arm comes up. Pushing down into the ground with the left hand. If you need a block, maybe take a block. Another inhale and exhale. And then inhale, frame the front foot, slide the right knee underneath the right hip, and just shift the hips left, right. Second side, step the left foot back. Lift the left leg up, bend the knee, big circles. Switch directions. Kick the left foot back. Tent the left fingertips, giving yourself a little bit more space as you step the left foot forward and through. Low lunge. Same idea, tipping the hips, finding your 90-degree angles. And then interlace the fingers the less comfortable way. As you slide the one fist down, squeeze the armpits, lifting up from the sternum, let the head drop back, 2 breaths. Keeping the hips where they are, another inhale and exhale. Navel lifts, shift forward, release the right hand down, spiral the left arm up, twist. Keep pressing down into the floor and lifting up. You're gonna feel that connection of the hands on the mat, reaching up towards the ceiling. And then we'll frame the front foot, slide the left knee underneath the left hip. Again, just shift the hips back and forth. And we'll bring the inner thighs towards one another, curl the toes under, and we'll do a little upper body work. Slide forward to the kneecaps, squeeze the inner thighs, and let the chest drop down halfway. Push up. Come down halfway. Push up. 3 more. 2. Then on this last one, we'll release down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Once you're down, you can scoot yourself back if you need to. We're gonna press into the tops of the feet. Take the arms out at a 45-degree angle. Let the head drop down. Just let the low back be nice and loose to start with. Then we'll actively press the feet into the mat. Roll those inner thighs towards one another. Tent the fingertips and inhale. Peel the chest up. Exhale, come down. Inhale up. Only coming up so far that you're still maintaining the lift without getting any pinching in the low back. Navel lifted. And the fingertips are really more of a guide. So you could do this without pressing into the hands. 4 more. Letting that breath buoy your chest forward and up as you inhale. Last one. Bring the hands to either side of the side waist. Curl the toes under. You're going to move directly back to your all fours. From your all fours, create that nice grip with the fingertips as you lift the sits bones up, finding our first downward facing dog. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Soften the knees, press the hips up and away. Continue to reach those sits bones up. Pedaling the feet. And then we're going to put some of this stuff together. Deeply bend the right knee and lift the right leg up. Big inhale on your exhale. Heel to the hips. Stack the hips for scorpion dog. Continue to sink that left heel down. Maybe look underneath the left armpit to see if you can see the heel. And press evenly into both hands. So rather than all the weight coming off to one side, press down into the right hand. And then on your exhale, square the hips. And we'll send the right foot to the inside of the right hand. Tap the left knee down. And then inhale, lift up. Low lunge. We're going to keep those back toes curled under and then press into the heel to find your high lunge. Waking up the knee a little bit, tap and extend. Tap and extend. 3 more. 2. Last one. Press back and then come forward. We'll plant the left hand and reach the right arm up, twist. Again, keep pressing down into the floor, rolling the left hip down to square the hips. And then exhale, frame the front foot. Now we'll find our first plank. Step the feet together at the back of the mat. And just sway the hips left and right, left and right. Center. Maybe drop down onto the knees or one long line as you release to the floor. Halfway is fine. Inhale to your back bend. And exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal the heels. Regrip with the fingertips. Deeply bend the left knee, send that left leg up and back. Sinking the right heel down. Left heel to the hip. Scorpion dog. So really stretching along the left side waist, trying to square the shoulders. Maybe looking for the toes underneath the gate of the right arm. And exhale, square. Send the left foot inside of the left hand. Right knee taps down, inhale up, starting from low lunge. And then pressing up to high lunge. Tap the knee, press back, tap, press, tap, press. 2 more. And then after this last one, we're coming forward, right hand down, find your twist. And look down at the hand on the floor, and then up to the hand reaching toward the ceiling, trying to find shoulders in one line. Now, if you don't have a mirror to practice in front of, some of this stuff is just about proprioception, your body in space. So we're going to get to know that a little bit better. Exhale, frame the front foot, plank to the floor, back bend of choice. So being down here nice and low is great as well. And ultimately, exhale, downward facing dog. 3 long deep breaths. Working on making the sits bones a little bit higher, pressing the earth away. And then we're going to travel the hands to the feet. So these nice big shoulder walking motions. Hands to feet, back of your mat. Allow the upper body to hang. Maybe wiggle the hips or sway right and left. And then heel, maybe wanting to heel to the feet a little bit closer. You could take a block between the feet. I'm going to press the right hand to the floor. Deeply bend the right knee. Twist open to the left. So if you don't need the block, the hand is probably on the floor or close to it. Pressure of the inside of the right leg into the outside of the right arm so you're getting a stretch across the back side of the body. Feeling the shoulder blades separate. And then exhale, forward fold. Wiggle the hips. And go ahead, second side. Press down, reach up. Lots of weight in the heels. So the hips won't be in one line. And exhale, fold. From here, take the hands, we're going to slide the hands underneath the feet for Padahastasana. So as much as you can, if you have to bend the knees, that's fine. Putting pressure on the palm of the hand and let the head hang. You can shift your weight forward and back, giving the palm of the hand a little bit of a massage. One more breath. And then you can take the hands away, move them to the backs of the legs, and slide the hands up the backs of the legs as you curl up, coming up to stand at the back of the mat. Fixing your clothes, because we all have to. And again, roll the shoulders down and away. We're going to step the left foot behind the right, squeezing the inner thighs together. And then from here, inhale, sweep the arms up, hook the thumbs, and come up and off to the right. You really need to press the feet into the floor, and as you saw, I just got a little unbalanced. Press the feet into the floor, lift up, and grow a little bit longer through the left side waist. Inhale, center. Switch the hook of the thumbs as you press down into the floor with the pads of the feet. Reach up to the left. Inhale, center. Soften through the knees and forward fold. Again, you might want to have a block if your hands aren't quite reaching the floor, and that's just fine. One more breath here. And then we're going to be crawling out to a cross-legged plank. That big cat crawl through the shoulders as you walk the hands out. For many of us, naturally, the left foot is going to want to rise. We'll keep the toes curled under. Reach the sits bones back. And if it's available, lift the chest for a little back bend. So this is a modified upward facing dog. Squeezing the armpits, lift through the sternum. And then as you lift the navel, lift the hips. Cross-legged downward facing dog. Walk the hands back. Back to our forward fold, back of the mat with the crossed legs. Press into the floor, inhale, squeeze the inner thighs as you come up. Exhale, arms down, unlace the legs. Second side, right foot behind the left. Squeeze those thighs together, soften the knees, sweep the arms up, hook the thumbs, up and off to the left. Reach, reach, reach through the fingertips, trying to get the shoulder and hip in one line. Center, switch the hook of the thumbs. Second side. One more breath. Inhale, squeeze those inner thighs, soften through the knees, forward fold. And then crawl yourself out, plank, cross legs. You'll be off towards the left side of the mat. Reach the sternum forward and up. Reach those sits bones back. Lifting the navel. Transition, downward facing dog with the crossed legs. And then walk the hands back to the feet. Soften through the knees. Squeeze the inner thighs as you press yourself up to stand. And the arms come down. From the back of the mat, we'll sit back into our chair pose. To bring the sits bones back, you could use the thumbs and press them back a little bit. Finding your chair pose. Nice big inhale here, exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway left. From the back of the mat, cat crawl your way to downward facing dog. Shift your weight forward to plank. Maybe you want to play with that upward facing here with the toes curled under or releasing to the floor. Little Bhujangasana, little cobra, or all the way to your upward facing and downward facing again. Exhale. Deep bend through the right knee as you send the right leg up and back. Step the right foot inside of the right hand. And we'll start in our high lunge, big inhale. Opening up to warrior two. Left heel down, tuck the tailbone, open up. We'll play here for a moment, feeling the extension through the arms. And then the back hand, your left hand comes down, little reverse warrior. Use the core to come up, inhale. Exhale, reach forward, right hand down, left arm up and over the head for side angle pose. If it's accessible, either hook, two-piece fingers around the big toe, or you can even step on the hand. And then we're gonna bring both hands to the inside of the right foot. Turn the big toe ball mound to the left foot. You can always drop down onto the knee, or we're crawling the hands forward and bowing forward. Actively still working the right inner thigh towards the body. And then walk the hands back as we transition back to plank. Inhale, exhale to the floor or part way. Back bend of choice. Lift the navel, downward facing dog. Pedaling the feet back and forth. Second side, left leg rises. Left foot forward. Sweep the fingertips along the mat, come up high lunge. Transition, warrior two. Pause here for a moment. Get your alignment so you can see the big toe of the left foot, back foot 45-degree angle, and the right arm down, left arm back. Core engage as you come up, reach forward, side angle pose. Any of those options, or of course, the forearm is rested on the thigh. One more inhale and exhale. And then we'll unwind, moving to our engaged lizard lunge. hovering the back leg if it's accessible for you, or tap the knee down and then crawl into our bow. Walk the hands back. Press to plank. Your back bend of choice, or of course skipping all of this. Downward facing dog. From here, again, walk the hands to the feet. Forward fold, back of your mat. Sweep the fingertips along the floor. Sit back into your chair pose. Inhale, press to stand. And exhale, arms down. Inhale the arms up. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Slide the one fist down so you lift and open. Maybe heel toe the feet a little bit wider. We're going to move into a forward fold from here with those interlaced fingers and using the weight of the arms to draw the chest forward, a little bit more space. Big breaths into the backside body. And exhale, just let the hands drift down to the floor. Heel toe the feet back underneath the hips. Downward facing dog. Deep bend in the right knee. Send the right leg up and back. Step the right foot forward and through as we move into warrior one. Left heel comes down. Inhale up. We're going to humble our warrior here. If you're finding that that left hip is really coming back, take the time, give yourself some more space, or spike the heel and just be in a high lunge. Inhale the arms up. Take the hands to the low back, either interlaced fingers. You could reverse namaskar, and then forward fold. Let the head drop down, attempting to snuggle your right shoulder to the inside of the right knee. Totally releasing through the crown of the head. Pressing the shoulder into the leg and the leg into the shoulder. One more breath. Now let the hands come down. Again, step back to your plank, to the floor, to your back bend, downward facing dog. Second side, raise the left leg and then step forward. Right heel down, warrior one. Then take your time, wrapping the right hip forward and down. Find the grip at the back of the body if that you feel comfortable with. Maybe you want to try something different. Big inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, lift the navel and bow forward. If you can get the heels and the hands together, great. If not, that's okay. And we'll release the hands, making your way back to plank, to the floor, or halfway, your back bend, downward facing dog. From here, we're going to walk the hands and feet together. Heel toe the feet as wide as the mat. And drop the hips down for our garland pose, Malasana. If you're up a little bit higher, that's fine. Keep reaching the hips back. If the heels are coming up, just come up high enough that you can get the heels to the floor. Pressing the thumbs towards the sternum, reaching up through the crown of the head, and then we'll start to slow the breath. Finding an even inhale and exhale. You can close the eyes. One more inhale and exhale here. And we're gonna release down into Navasana, into boat pose. If you know that coming forward to the hands is better for you, you can go ahead and do that, or you'll just bring the sits bones down. You can hug the knees into the chest to get the lift, or hold on to the backs of the thighs to start with, and then extend the legs up. So find that lift. And you can always stay there, or we're just gonna reach and tap and then lift up. Reach and tap, lift. 3, squeeze the inner thighs. Go in for 10. 6, 7, just 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Cross the right shin over the left and just come up to a comfortable seat. Moving to a forward fold. If you'd prefer, separate the feet so that right shin, right foot is in front, feet are in one long line with the pubic bone, and forward fold. A little hip opener. Trying to shift to a little cooling breath. Maybe even elongating the exhale, telling your body it's time to start to soften. Allow the head to just drift forward. Inhale, press yourself up. So that right shin is in front. We're just gonna extend through the right leg. Bring the left foot to the inside of the left leg and slide the right hand down. Twist the chest towards the knee. And come up and off to the side. And inhale up. And we'll square the shoulders towards the leg. Assist that left knee up. You can either just hug the knee here as we twist to the left, or step the left foot across the right leg. Lift and twist. Feeling the shoulder blades slide down the back. Big breath into the belly. We'll inhale and exhale, one more twist. On this inhale, unwind. So now our left shin will be forward. Tuck the right foot back, either cross-legged or those feet in one line, forward fold. And lengthening the exhale. Notice if there's tension in the jaw to face the tongue. See if you can soften here. Another breath or two in this forward fold. And you'll make your way back up. Slide the left leg out, right foot pressing into the left thigh, twist, and reach for the toes. Inhale up. The left foot out in front, assist the right knee in, hug and twist, or cross the foot over, hug and twist. Soften the back shoulder. Continue to press into the sole of the right foot as you lift. Another inhale. Exhale, twist. Inhale, unwind. Extend both legs out in front and wiggle the legs. Shake through the hands. And then slide the heels towards the hips. You're gonna roll onto your back. If you'd like to bring a blanket on top of you, go right ahead. If you enjoy having the blocks maybe underneath the knees, that's a great option too. So start to make yourself very comfortable. Start to feel the bones getting heavier. Allow the weight of the body to start to melt down. And then just start to notice your breath. Noticing the cadence of your breath right now. Noticing the rise and fall of your chest. Allowing the soundscape to come back into your sphere of awareness. And then noticing the fingertips. So see if you can pay attention to the thumbs, pointer finger, tip of the middle finger, tip of the ring finger, tip of the pinky finger. Palms of the hands, backs of the hands. Right, that spot right at the wrist where the hand and the wrist connect. The inner elbow. The shoulder heads on the right and left shoulder head. Sliding down to the collarbone. And then right in that space, middle of the collarbones, right in that heart space. Allow the pit of the throat to soften in the back of the neck. Feel the rise and fall of the chest. And switch awareness to the tip of the big toe, second toe, third toe and pinky. Right in the middle of the sole of the foot. The heel. Working your way up to the back of the knee. The sits bones, right in the center of the pubic bone. and the right hip point and the left hip point. Feeling the back of the skull pressing down into the floor. And then the third eye point, the brow point. And as you inhale through both nostrils, feel the breath come up to that eye point, third eye point, inhaling, and then exhaling back out through the nose. Inhaling, stimulating that third eye point and back down. And visualize the breath coming in, maybe even a little bit of a light right at the brow point, and exhale back out through the nose. We're going to add on to that once you have that sensation. Start to draw awareness to the pituitary gland, which is right in the middle of the brain. So you'll inhale, feel the breath travel up to the brow point. Keep inhaling so that you're feeling the breath come all the way through the middle of the head, right where the center crown of the head is, and then exhale back out, touching the brow point and out through the nostrils. So we're lighting up the brow point, back into the middle of the brain, pituitary gland, and exhale. Stay with this breath awareness. Really focusing on lighting those spaces up, maybe even seeing an actual light or a warming sensation or a tingling sensation. Just allow your sensations to arise, and no need to judge them. Just let your body and your focus sit in this awareness of breath. Sit in this awareness of traveling the breath to the brow point. Inhale, keep inhaling, lighting up the pituitary gland, and exhale back out. If you can slow your breath, really savoring those sensations. Slowing the exhale. And just notice if there's any thoughts that are coming, bubbling to the surface, and allow those thoughts to get pressed out with that exhale. Inhaling something fresh. Exhaling things that, maybe thoughts that you don't need to take care of, at least not right now. Allowing your body to invite the atmosphere, our shared breath in, and exhaling anything that you don't need back out. Cleansing. Stay with this focus of breathing into the brow point, into the brain, and back out for another 5 rounds of breath. And after this last round of breath, just release the breath awareness practice. Just let the breath be natural, let the cadence flow. And then go ahead and start to wiggle the fingers. Start to wiggle the toes. Maybe look left and right. A nice big stretch. Reaching the toes and fingers, start to wake your body back up. And when you feel ready, coming up to a seated position, or staying right where you are if you prefer, just to stay on your back as long as you'd like to. And if you're coming up, take your time. Softly press yourself up. Maybe rolling through the neck. A couple of nice big neck rolls once you're up. One way and the other. Maybe a twist. Or another stretch. And we'll bring the palms of the hands together. Vigorously rub, generating quite a bit of heat. Hovering those heated, hot little hands over your eyes. We'll take an inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Bringing the hands together at heart center. Thanking yourself for taking time. That sensation of gratitude for yourself. And then with that sensation of gratitude, just sending it out to everyone else as we share the practice together. And then sending that little piece of gratitude to someone that maybe you haven't seen for a while, someone that maybe starts to come to the surface now. And we'll take that sensation of gratitude with us throughout the rest of our day. Be kind, stay safe, and know that you are loved. Thank you. Have an awesome rest of your day.